They tell me this wasn't politically motivated, but an opportunity to see what's happening firsthand. The group spent time touring local shelters, both on the U.S. and Mexico side. They talked with Border Patrol agents, humanitarian groups, and visited the Mexican consulate to learn the facts, all while thinking about ways the community can help from here in Milwaukee. What's happening on the border is personal for these three.
For us, particularly as Jews whose families came here essentially seeking asylum.
Talking with people who had fled from their countries made Rini Cavalar think about her loved ones.
It just reminded me of what my parents went through when Hitler came through, and it was jarring to me to hear that this continues to go on.
Were you surprised by what you saw?
I was surprised. You know, it struck me after a day of having been there that the situation is more complicated and layered than I had anticipated.
Rabbi David Cohen with Congregation Sinai in Fox Point says their trip brought clarity to what's actually happening.
People's lives are hanging in the balance.
They met with families who had been waiting in shelters for years for their turn to cross.
What we heard on this trip was frightening.
Alana Khan with the Milwaukee Jewish Federation says there's a lot of confusion about how to enter the country legally.
You could see the journey in their faces. They looked tired. And some of them looked really scared.
Khan says there's no one political party to blame.
One of the things we learned is that it was bipartisan. It's been happening for years.
Though they know politicians need to intervene with the laws, the group feels this is a humanitarian problem.
The reason we went was to learn and to figure out what we can do as Jews, as a Jewish community, to help with migrants on our southern border.
I want to do the same for others who are fleeing from terrible situations.
The group plans to share their experiences with their own congregations to figure out how to best help, whether that's donating items to shelters or working with migrants to help them adjust to life here once they make it across the border. Corinne Zell, today's TMJ4.